Redondo, Cambiasso, Alexis Mac Allister, Juan Román Riquelme, Diego Maradona. These are just a few of the names that have come through the youth academy at Argentinos Juniors. You're watching AZZ for Export. I'm your host, Guy Trengove, and today's topic, Argentinos Juniors, the incubator of Argentine talents. You may have heard West Ham United refer to themselves before as the Academy of Football for their role in developing vital players in England's 1966 World Cup win. Martin Peters, captain Bobby Moore, and scorer of a hat-trick in the World Cup final against West Germany, Jeff Hurst. Well, here in Argentina, we also have a club that is viewed as the outstanding breeding ground for youth players, and that club is Argentinos Juniors. Located in La Paternal neighborhood in Buenos Aires, Argentinos Juniors were founded in 1904 by a group of Argentine anarchists who were inspired by the hanging and imprisonment of anarchists in Chicago in the aftermath of the Haymarket Affair. And the very reason behind the red and white kit is a tribute to the first Socialist Party congressman elected in Argentina, Alfredo Palacios. Perhaps we'll talk about that in another video. When it comes to producing youth talents, the Bichos Colorados, or Red Bugs, have very few competitors who could argue their case for being better hotbeds in Primera División. So how does a team with nowhere near as much financial might go head-to-head with teams like Boca Juniors and River Plate's academies? Going back as far as 50 years, Argentinos Juniors have been ahead of the times. To fully understand how youth football works here in Argentina, we need to get what a potrero is and its footballing significance. A potrero is an open space, usually a patch of grass or small field with a football field painted onto it. Makeshift football field that is a communal space for children or young people in the barrio, the neighborhood, where local children will come and play. Since the 70s, Argentinos Juniors have focused on having feet on the ground in and about potreros, with the intention of finding talent that otherwise may have gone unnoticed. This is often where the rawest of talent is found, untrained, unprogrammed, unblemished by constant instruction from coaches from an extremely early age. Another key component of Argentinos Juniors' success here is Baby Football. But what is Baby Football? You've probably never heard of it. These are organised football leagues for children, usually under the age of 10, with smaller sized pitches designed specifically to encourage certain types of play. Close control, touch, dribble, things that can be seen to be natural talent at a very young age and indicate potential. This is the main source of scouting for youth development departments of clubs here in Argentina. There are almost 2,000 Baby football clubs here in Buenos Aires alone. The importance these have makes them a cultural institution. There are matches every Saturday morning, and if your son isn't playing, it's almost odd. It's central to the idea of growing up around football here in Argentina. Argentinos Juniors has its own historic Baby football pitch, Club Parque, in their nearby neighborhood of Villa del Parque. Redondo, Cambiasso, Riquelme, and newer generations like Nicolás González and the three Mac Allisters all played in that facility. But now we need to ask, what do Argentinos Juniors look for specifically when they bring children into their academy? The most fruitful of age groups is as early as 4 to 5 years old. Although extremely young, this is one of the best stages to find talent because they're so young it's clear they have a natural born talent. They haven't had enough time for skills to have been learned. There is something totally natural there and born. Head of Youth Development, Hugo Ratelino, said in 2023,
Pero nosotros buscamos el talento. No nos interesa si es chico, si es grande, si es petizo. No. Nosotros buscamos eso. Después hay que formarlo.
Después se pule eso en el fondo.
Hay que formarlo. Nosotros decimos que nosotros en infantiles, ellos son diamantes en bruto.
The Youth Department Director also commented on how the style of play should be instilled all the way down from the first team to the youngest of age groups. Teach them to play well, and playing well means playing intelligently and being very well-rounded footballers to be able to interpret the game.
¿Cuál es ese modelo?
El chico que venga tiene que jugar bien al fútbol. Y el talento que nosotros elegimos es, todavía pensamos en que puede haber jugadores que gambeteen, que tienen un caño, que tienen un sombrero. Eso es lo que pensamos nosotros. El buen juego lo está demostrando la primera de Argentinos Juniors y por eso es la línea que nosotros tenemos como fútbol juvenil y fútbol infantil hacia todos los pequeños futbolistas.
So what does the academy program look like then? First, they learn to enjoy themselves by just playing. No competing in leagues in the earlier stages, pure enjoyment. And then they're introduced to competition in the forms of Baby football leagues to get used to winning and losing. Sportsmanship is a key component. Only once the children have passed the age of 10 do they start to play 11-a-side football. There's huge importance on acclimatising to and mastering the fundamentals before moving on to a more tactical approach. Nowadays in modern football, clubs will change philosophy every 6 months to a year when they sack or let go of a manager. That's not the case in Argentinos Juniors. In La Paternal, of course, you compete to win, but the tools you win with are extremely important. Development and how the club lays foundations for the future are almost as important as winning itself. On top of that, the coaches of the academy level teams are reminded that their job is not to manage children like they're a top flight team. Their role is to educate the next generation of footballers so that they have the tools to interpret the game. So you may be asking, what has this model won Argentinos Juniors? The club won consecutive league titles in 1984 and 85 respectively, as well as in 2010. However, by far the club's greatest achievement is their 1985 Copa Libertadores title, making them kings of Latin America, after defeating Colombians América de Cali. Having drawn on aggregate 1-1 after 2 legs, a tie-breaking third leg was played in Asunción, the capital of Paraguay, and Argentinos Juniors would win 5-4 on penalties, making them the 5th Argentine team to win South America's top continental competition. And in terms of idols, alongside Diego Maradona is Claudio Borghi, who played a vital role, scoring 6 goals in that Copa Libertadores campaign on the way to being champions. His repeatedly successful outings during that campaign and in the consequent 1985 Intercontinental Cup against Juventus meant that he supposedly caught the eye of AC Milan president at the time, Silvio Berlusconi, and was brought to the Northern Giants a year after winning the World Cup in Mexico alongside his ex-teammate Diego Maradona. Although Borghi would eventually never make his official Milan debut due to limits on foreign players in Serie A at the time. Borghi just happened to be bought by the Italian giants in the same year as Dutch legends Marco van Basten and Roy Gullit. He would eventually end up back in Argentina with River after loan spells also in Italy as well as in Switzerland. Although Argentinos Juniors' biggest export is undoubtedly Diego Armando Maradona. Images of him in a Boca Juniors shirt are recognised worldwide, but in truth, the best version of him we got to see here in Argentina was at home in La Paternal. He scored a whopping 116 goals in 166 games spread across 5 years. And his move to Boca in 1981 changed Argentinos Juniors forever. He left them with $2.5 million in transfer fees at the time. Added to Maradona and Borghi, tons of Bicho talent is spread all over the best leagues in the world right now. Alexis Mac Allister is currently a key figure for title challengers Liverpool in the Premier League, and Nicolas Gonzalez is a recent arrival in Turin with Juventus. Some were discovered on Barbie football pitches, others in Potreros, but wherever you look, El Semillero del Mundo, the world's footballing incubator, Argentinos Juniors, have left their mark. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below.